So this is where we're staying. We've got a nice pool table and a dartboard over there. But I am going to go ahead and grab my tripod so that I can set this up so that we can do some yoga. Equipment at the ready. One sec. Water bottle at the hand. Ready to go do some yoga with some girlies. Can't do yoga to save my life, so this will be interesting. Come check this view out. We've got Blue over there having fun. Oh, there you go. Hey Blue. We're setting up the cameras.
Clarity, I think, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. You're on cam. Hello. Can you see yourself?
Good morning!
It's the beauty of these ones that you can turn that around and actually see what you're doing, like a proper vlogger. Here we go.
Should I just hit go?
We might get some cows joining us. Right, I'm going to turn the cam round the right way. Hi guys, so this time I'm back on a workation with about 10 other bookkeepers and accountants.
Yeah.
And I'm joined today by a very good friend, which is Julie.
Hello.
So what I'm going to do before we even get started here, and it's going to be a quick video just to introduce you to Julie, for those of you that don't know her, is just simply get you to introduce yourself. So yeah, talk to me about you. I know all about you, but the audience doesn't know about you.
Oh
So
gosh.
yeah, tell us.
So yeah, my name is Julie Spence and I am the founder and director of NoExspence Limited. We have our own bookkeeping firm, so we specialise in general bookkeeping services, the recording of financial information, VAT returns, payroll services, CIS returns and software training. So yeah, we've got a wide range of services and we're hoping in the new year that we will transition into a fully fledged accountancy firm and we'll offer a one-stop shop. That's the plan.
Wow. And also, before we get properly started, just take a look at these amazing mugs. So, got our names on and everything. I mean, how prepared can Rebecca be? Rebecca Buckley, not me. So that's fab. So, like, how long have you been doing that now for?
So I've been trading since November.
Okay.
So I'm a baby.
Oh my god.
But I know I've been
Wow.
incorporated for a year though, which I think is what sometimes confuses people.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, you're incorporated in January 23. She's been in trade for a year, when actually I was in employment first.
Yeah.
And I was building myself up, getting myself prepared. I didn't expect it to happen in November.
But like the question I always go back to is why?
Why?
So that I get asked a lot on the YouTube channel by people, why did you set up a business when you had this fantastic career and you were being paid well and you had a team and you had the trajectory and you were like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Good pay to I'll put up a practice.
Oh my god! And I think it is a very good question, but I think when you speak to other fellow accountants and bookkeepers, we all have the same story, especially everybody that's here at the retreat. There was a fire in the belly. There was an event that maybe took place it was a kind of catalyst that's made you kind of go, okay, I need to do this and I need to do it now.
Yeah.
And yeah, we kind of just stumble into it.
Yeah.
And we're taught how to set up a business. We're taught just how much energy goes into that, how committed you need to be, the risk that's involved there. And if you're anything like me, you probably set it up like that and you didn't think anything about it. You were just like, I'll take the risk, I'll set it up and I'll see what happens. Yeah. And you just go on this journey and you're always evolving, you're always learning. And the fire's still there. I mean, even speaking to yourself, you know, you still have that background story of your why, and it's what's motivating you forward, and you're expanding on that, right? And
it's a funny one. So like, it's different. So
yes.
I'm sure like anyone on the YouTube channel has heard me say that I personally have developed 10 times in the last 3 years. compared to the previous 13, 14, 15 years in this industry. And that's really funny because, again, unless you've been through that process, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's not from one single angle, it's everything. It's money mindset, it's business acumen, it's how to deal with a certain query a certain way, how to deal with people a certain way, because I didn't realise that there was so many different types of
people management
of clients, like industry specific. You also have like, you know, people who are neurodivergent or like the ADHD and things that you have to consider and take into account when you're dealing with a client. And you know, you've got to change your communication preferences to suit how they want to be treated and spoken to and communicated with. And it's all that you don't, I don't think, it's like when I was saying to you when people become a parent and they don't have a book for how to be a parent. Yeah. It's kind of like that. But because like your journey is so different to everybody else's, that's almost why. You can't say, well, I did this, so you do that. It doesn't work, does it?
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. But it's like wearing a pair of shoes, isn't it? It's going to fit you, but it might not fit somebody else. You know, everybody's got different sizes and preferences.
On that point, what size are your shoes?
Size 6. I've got pretty big feet.
This is the type of confessions on the channel. So I actually have a size 4/4.5.
Oh, you're tiny.
I have baby feet, and yeah, there are people, certain individuals in the family who ask me how I stand up and stay upright.
So it's that balance that you've found over the year, you know. We don't just balance books, we balance our body.
Oh my days, that's funny. Oh my god. So then what were the, if you were to go back in time now, back to before you set up the practice, what are the key things that you would, just one thing even, that you wish somebody had told you, or even a key learning that you're grateful for now?
Oh, that is challenging.
It's a hard question.
That is a hard question. Surround yourself with people who get it.
Yeah.
Because your first few months, even few years, can be incredibly lonely.
Yeah.
And it's something that's not spoken about.
No.
And when you're in that moment of despair, because you will get it, it's normal.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's it, I can't do this anymore. It's them people that will pick you up.
Yeah.
And having a mentor really helped me through that.
Yeah.
Because she taught me exactly what I needed to do in order to get my business where it is just now, you know? Because they'd been there.
It's hard because I think sometimes as a small business owner, you are so hard on yourself because you're like, I should be this, I should be that. And you read a lot of stuff on social media and you think, well, you know, they're doing fantastic, they only set up 6 months ago, I should be there. Yeah. And you can fall into a trap of comparing yourself to other people. Yeah. But the difference between, I say, our little sort of community, our bubble, that you're welcome to join, is that we do support each other through the ups, the downs. We celebrate the good. We look at what we can do differently to improve ourselves, and it's that constant like reassurance almost. But there's always someone there who's been in your shoes, maybe 5 years ago, but they're there to tell you, don't worry, you'll make it out the other end. It'll all be fine, which is something that I wish was around circa 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
100. Which was just never there. So yeah, we've got a nice little group of friends that you're going to be introduced to on this channel. In the next sort of few days or so, there's going to be a mini series if I haven't already announced that. But this concept, and we'll touch on it in a minute in full detail, about we call it #collaboration over competition. Yeah. Can you explain what that means?
It basically means your traditional bookkeeper, historically, they would probably gatekeep a lot of their information, and it was built on maybe more of a competitive, dominant industry of who was leading the best, what accountant was the leading accountant that you would idolise and you would want to compete against, and just not have that relationship with one another. It was more frosty. Whereas collaboration over competition is very much I am only going to be the best version of myself if I have other people who have experienced what I'm about to experience and that can make me learn and help evolve me, and I can give back to them and build them up and bring them forward. And then amazingly, what happens when you do behave in that nature is you build a community where you feel safe to refer a client that maybe doesn't fit your criteria.
Yeah, like your industry, like your knowledge, your sector, your bag, basically.
Exactly, because I'm not going to be somebody who will sit and say I can do it all, because I certainly can't.
And I'm just going to put that out there. I say that a lot on the channel, that with accounts, bookkeeping, tax, the whole element of the financial industry, you cannot know everything. And the best thing you can do is learn that you learn what you don't, learn to recognise when you don't know something, because things can be so complex that you can end up down a rabbit hole or advising a client incorrectly or whatever. Just get the right people involved always.
And I genuinely think it comes back down to like our professional ethics as well, right? Because we have a duty of care for our client,
Professional competence and due care.
100%. So if I'm telling my client we offer these services and I know that I'm not as competent or confident in the subject matter, I'm doing them a disservice.
That's it.
You know, whereas if I have people that I'm collaborating with, that I know they're the one, they know what they're talking about.
It's funny though, isn't it? It's like even down to what software
Yeah.
that client wants to use, and it's like, right, I know somebody who's Sage, I know somebody who's
Absolutely.
Green, I know somebody who's on QuickBooks.
Yeah.
They're better suited to you than I am, or even, you know, the industry they work in, or the size of the client, or I know such a body's dealt with that more than I have, right? Okay, fair. But you know you're going to get that back.
Yeah.
And that's not why you're doing it.
No.
It's just that we hold each other, we bring each other up all the time. In
It
every aspect.
It goes back to that lonely factor, I think, and you want to have people there that do get it. You can share in that experience with one another, and then from that, these relationships form, they flourish, and then you're like, I want to bring you along on my journey, and vice versa.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And you want to see them exceed. Like, you're happy for other people, and you should be happy for other people, because there's enough business out there.
There's just so much.
You know?
One of the main questions again that I get asked on the channel a lot is, well, you know, such a body's doing something already, I can't do that, or you know, where am I going to find the clients? And the fact is, if you didn't already know, there aren't enough bookkeepers and accountants to service a number of businesses in the UK as is, so there's plenty of work to go around, so you don't need competition, you need collaboration. And the best thing is, for me in particular, that if there's something I don't know, in terms of there's something, you know, quite regulatory with tax, with foreign tax or something I haven't come across, a complex matter, I know, now that we've just added another individual into the team, that I can go to them and say, right, I need you for this. And equally they might say, right, I need you for AML or something specific, so it's to and from. But yeah, I think we're very lucky, aren't we?
We are very lucky. I think I am glad to be part of the industry now.
Yeah.
I think had I came into the industry as a business owner, free, even to
me back when I started as a dinosaur, the dinosaur accountant.
The grey hairs. But you went in there with your colours, you were there to rock up the place, you're a disruptor, you know. But yeah, you probably felt the same if you were trying to build something like this even 3 years ago, you would have been hit with so many barriers to entry.
Yeah.
Because it just, especially as a woman.
Yeah.
You know.
There's that element too.
Yeah. And I feel now we definitely have a long way to go, but we're building something, and everybody seems to be on that same mindset of they just want the accounting space to be, you know, fruitful and just everybody getting along with one another and supporting each other.
Have you noticed that there's actually a shift? Because there are, you know, there's equally the same amount of men and women in the industry now than there ever has been. Like the equality, and also that, I know people talk about in other industries more so, the gender gap.
Yeah.
We don't really have that, not in this industry,
Yeah.
not in the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
It's really dwindled down because essentially that's so irrelevant that So the opportunities in the industry now are a lot more than when I started.
Yeah.
A long time ago. As I say, the wrinkles, I don't know if you can see it on the camera because I've got the filter on, but they're there. Yeah, so things are changing like for the better.
Yeah.
But it's things like this workation where you get to know those other people and get to know their strengths and just get to know them as a person, because you don't get that opportunity at these events sometimes.
No.
Like the Accountex and the Fab and the QuickBooks Connect, they're all fantastic, but you're there for CPD as well as networking. So there's just not that same, I guess,
personable
it's just
interaction.
They're fantastic, but for different reasons sometimes. So we'll end with that. But why don't you tell us where we can find you, and we can add that.
So I am on Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn, and the business name is NoExspence, a little bit of a pun though with the surname, so it's NoExspence, and my name is Julie, and this has been fantastic. Thanks so much.
Should we hug it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right, and make sure to like and subscribe for more.
Yes, thanks.